DUI and DWI laws, penalties, and consequences, impaired driving, Part 3. The laws of implicit consent. Refusing to submit to a breathalyzer test if you are stopped by the police on suspicion of drunk driving will not exempt you from prosecution. In fact, it's possible that it will result in greater penalties. Since you agreed under legal obligation to support initiatives to combat drunk driving when you filed your driver's license application paperwork, refusing a BAC test is a crime in and of itself. You impliedly consented to future BAC testing by signing your name on the dotted line, either physically or electronically. Although the implied consent statute is used in every state, there are significant regional differences in the penalty for breaking it. You won't be protected in court if your blood alcohol level wasn't measured because the arresting officer's testimony alone can result in a DWI conviction. Your refusal to take the test will only increase suspicions that you are guilty. Additionally, there is a very good probability that the officer who makes the arrest will get a warrant authorizing them to do a BAC test under duress. Adverse effects of intoxicated driving. If someone drives after drinking, several different undesirable outcomes are possible. Even if you are able to drive intoxicated and escape any immediate consequences, such as arrest, a collision, or death, you will still be worse off than you were before the crime. According to research, the average drunk driver has driven while intoxicated several times before being apprehended. Being able to get away with it once will give you a false sense of security and increase your likelihood of drinking and driving again. Every time you drive while intoxicated, you move closer to these additional likely outcomes. 1. Criminal history. You might not be able to acquire your ideal career or be accepted to your top college if you have a DUI on your record. 2. Exclusion from society. When they learn about the crime, your friends, family, and neighbors could regard you differently. 3. Financial collapse. Convictions for DWI are expensive. Your court case might cost up to $20,000, not including injury or property damage compensation. 4. Serious damage. If you are hurt in a drunk driving accident, you could sustain life-altering injuries or disabilities. 5. Death. Accidents involving drunk driving are frequently fatal. The victims typically pass away in agonizing, tragic ways. Of course, if you decide to drink and drive, you won't be the only one who suffers. If you get into an accident, there is a very substantial risk that you will hurt, kill, or cause significant inconvenience to other people. Even if that is not the case, your actions will nevertheless have a detrimental impact on a great number of other people, including your friends, family, the community at large, police officers, and other innocent motorists who are in the area at the time of the incident. While you drink and drive when you are a young, inexperienced driver, the consequences can be very catastrophic. Teenagers are already much more likely than older drivers to be involved in a fatal crash. Alcohol impairment often has fatal implications when added to that danger. Facts and risks of teenage drinking. Given that they make up only approximately 5% of all licensed drivers in the nation, young individuals aged 15 to 20 are disproportionately responsible for a disproportionately high number of fatal traffic crashes, according to national crash data. Teenagers are more likely to, because they lack driving experience, have imperfect vehicle control skills, and a propensity for risk-taking behavior. After drinking, one is more inclined to operate a vehicle. More likely to perish in an accident caused by alcohol. Give alcohol the wide berth it deserves if you plan to survive past the age of 21. It is all too simple to convince yourself that you are fine to drive after having a few drinks. There will never be a good reason to drive after drinking alcohol, regardless of how few miles are involved in the trip home or how quickly you need to go somewhere. Some distressing data and startling information on how common teenage drunk driving is throughout the United States is included in our entire module on the factors influencing underage drinking. We also examine some of the primary causes of young people's alcohol consumption, despite the fact that it is a prohibited and harmful habit. You can stay out of the alcohol trap by realizing that these reasons are actually myths. In the United States, young people are frequently presented with temptations to drive after drinking. Alcohol is practically always present during social gatherings. You will eventually find yourself in a situation where you consider driving after drinking, unless you leave your car at home, hide your keys, or never drink again. It's crucial to keep in mind that you don't have to drive while intoxicated in these circumstances. In actuality, it shouldn't be included anywhere on your list of possibilities. The alternative to drunk driving is to take a cab, use public transportation, stay at a friend's house, or even sleep in a bus shelter. This video lesson includes 7 strategies for avoiding drunk driving that every driver should be aware of. This knowledge might one day save your life.